What has the change been like for you moving from up on the bluff down here to Atlanta?
It's definitely been different. One thing, the weather. It's usually cold up there, so definitely getting used to the weather. But other than that, it's definitely been an adjustment just from playing bigger ball, obviously. But a lot of the receivers, a lot of the coaches, that really helped me just make that adjustment, feel real easier, especially going into fall camp.
You've slotted in nicely at the receiver position, made some big plays already. Has it been kind of satisfying to know that you made the jump and then you're seeing it pay off with some success on the field? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, just, in general, just, being in, like you said, making plays for the team and just being in that sort of position, to be able to do that, it's definitely a good feeling. And, I'm just, truly honored just to be here in general.
I think back in August, Coach Crawford said he challenged you over the summer to be better. Can you kind of walk us through that conversations and what you guys talked about?
Yeah, just, going into, spring ball in the summer, didn't, really just, adjusting, didn't really have a great spring ball, great summer. You just talked to me honestly, just let me know, I deserve to be here and, really gave me that boost of confidence. And that really helped me in fall camp, able to go out there and make plays, get myself in that rotation. So, yeah.
When you decided to go in the portal and make that jump to the next level, did you consider the hometown team up there at all before you came down here?
Yeah, that was definitely a dream of mine, growing up playing for, a hometown team up there. But, at the end of the day, it's go to wherever, a place that wants you, a place, that feels like home to you. And, been in contact with Coach Crawford since I entered the portal and, got in contact with Coach Buster and Coach Key, and they really made this place feel like home.
They've used you on both outside positions, and just, I guess, can you talk about like that position flexibility and being able to play more than one spot? Yeah,
I mean, Crawford, he always harps on being able to know the whole offense, because you never know when you're needed or where they need you to be. So knowing slot in both outside positions, it's big for us, especially when guys went down, being able to fill in those different spots.
Was there anything you got to focus on during the bye week that you felt like you normally wouldn't get to focus on, you want to take into this weekend's game?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, really just a lot of the details over the bye week. That's really what I'm trying to work on, throughout the season, just focus on the little things, whether that's, watching film, looking at how, the DBs, how they're playing, little tendencies. That was kind of just big for me, trying to focus up on the bye week.
Haynes has a knack of keeping the play going, keeping the play alive with his getting out of the pocket and everything. Do you keep that in mind when you're running your route?
Oh, yeah, you got to. With Haynes, yeah, definitely, just because – he's almost like Patrick Mahomes out there. He escapes the pocket. You just got to be ready because that ball can come to you at any time. So but Haynes, he's a great quarterback, one of the best I've been with. So yeah.
I thought you've blocked really well on the outside. Is that something that you take a lot of pride in? And obviously, run blocking's been kind of an issue for the team overall. Is that something that you want to kind of bring to the table?
Yeah, just throughout practice, even Coach Key, that's one thing that, we're going to be judged on is our blocking out on the perimeter. And, every single day, they truly harp on that. And, just going out there and be able to do that and do it consistently is really big for us, especially in the passing and run game.
Are there one or two things that you noticed as being different from playing at Duquesne as opposed to playing in the ACC now?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say, one thing was my welcome to, Power 5 football was, the offensive line and defensive line. I caught a ball and got hit by a defensive lineman. These guys are big. that was definitely one difference. But I'd say just, the technique is really big in Power 5, and just playing the bigger ball, everyone's good, just exactly how it was, at FCS level. But the technique and the little details, that truly separates you from the pack.
Anything else?
Let's go back to the Miami game. Probably wasn't the offense's, best performance.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'd agree. What were your takeaways watching the film of that game, of how the offense played?
I mean, yeah, they were definitely a good defense for sure. They had a lot of studs on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, especially the first half we struggled. We started to get a little momentum coming in the second, and I think it just attested the team that we played till the clock hit zero. A lot of teams would have given up or just laid down at the end there when theoretically the game was over. And I think that attests a lot to what this team's culture and character is, that we fought to the very end. And it was I've been here for 5 years now, and that was one of the most unbelievable things I've seen since I've been here. So it was an incredible experience, and I honestly wouldn't have traded it for anything. So yeah, no, it was pretty good. But we had a bye week to fix things that we were struggling on, and going to correct it and come out this Saturday and get the offense back and going like it was.
Coach Key has been talking a lot, both to you and to the media, about wanting the team to play a full 60 minutes, going from one play to the next. As a player, how difficult is that, or is it difficult to do?
Yeah, I know he was just talking about it after practice today, and I think a lot of it starts during the week. You gotta, you can't just show up Saturday and expect to play and be physical for 60 minutes. It's got to start. Our Tuesday, Wednesday practices, our physical practices, it's got to go through the whole week. And we just got to put it together. It's a mindset. It's something we've flashed throughout the year, and but it's a tough thing to do, and that's what winning football teams do. So we've been working on the practice field and through the bye week, and keeping our physicality up, and didn't really take a week off per se last week. It was an extremely physical week, so we just got to prepare to do that on Saturday.
Obviously, you want to be very physical, and there have been some holding calls, some good, some bad. Just kind of, you're out on the edge, so it's very much more apparent than an offensive lineman or whatever. But just how do you kind of work that? I know it's kind of difficult to the pluses and minuses of that, and there's pretty much holds on every play. So how do you work that, I guess, so the refs don't throw the flag?
I mean, at the end of the day now, it is what it is. I've been, dinged for 3 of them now, which, is just unacceptable on my end. And, it's about, getting your hands inside and putting yourself in the best position where you don't get a holding call. But, I've been focusing on fixing that part of my game, and I feel like it's uncharacteristic of me of my time here at Tech. Holding, they're going to happen throughout a season, but I just can't let it affect my confidence or my game going forward. And this is part of my game I got to fix.
You mentioned taking the bye week to fix some things after the Miami game.
Yeah.
What were the points of emphasis last week that maybe have carried into this week?
I think a lot of it was winning your 111th. I mean, you look on a lot of plays, and it's, not everybody is, doing the wrong thing or missing their assignment, but it'd be one guy here, one guy there. And it's really putting that all together, and also communicating up front. Miami did some things different, and, we missed some calls up front that we can't be missing. So I think a lot of it is communication and doing your 111th would be the biggest thing of fixing things. And then schematically wise, coaches have been dialing up things that they think they'll be effective on the way Boston College plays. So I think it comes down to that.
A lot of plays you're lining up right alongside the offensive line. What have you seen from the progress of the line, especially with a young left tackle and maybe some changes because of injuries?
Yeah, we definitely had a few injuries. Jordan's been out for a few weeks, which, is never good to have him out. But I've been very impressed with Ethan. That kid is physically, he's going to be do just fine. He's a freshman. He's young. He's still developing, and he can move extremely well, especially on outside zones. The way he's able to run is, truly impressive. You don't see that a lot from big guys like that. But, he's a freshman. He's going to make some mistakes. We just got to work with him. And, when I'm next to him, I do my best to communicate with him as well as the guard and stuff. But yeah, he's been extremely impressive. He's going to be a hell of a player for us going forward.
Do you talk to the team? You're one of the leaders on the team in terms of just being a senior, wanting to go out on the right note and finish these last 6 games at a high level. Is that something that comes up at all, or is it just expected?
Yeah, at first expected, and I do my best to talk as well. Obviously, this place means more than anything to me. I've been here, I've put my blood, sweat, and tears in this for 5 years, and I got six games left to go out, and give it my all and, bring as many people along with me. So, I mean, it's crazy that I got 6 left. And, I've been here for a while. So, it definitely is sad that, it's coming, but it's also exciting because we have a hell of an opportunity. We're still, getting the big ACC win against Miami. We still have ability to go out and win the ACC championship. So that's our goal.
Anything else? Go, Kelly.
You haven't had much time to think about it, but can you talk a little bit about the Jason Witten?
Yeah, it's cool, but it's not what I try to do things for. Just last week I took like 6 of us, and we were actually at the Children's Hospital last week, hanging out with some kids. So just stuff like that. I mean, I don't think any of the guys that came with me did it for or do that kind of stuff for awards. It's just cool to give back, and I mean, I had a guy who went with me who texted me. I think I needed that more than the kids last week. So it's just stuff like that where it kind of gives back to us too, and in return we can go try to make people's days. So it's really cool. I like it, but it's not what I do it for. So, but awesome to get that though.
All right, anything else?
Obviously, what are the challenges preparing for this offense and the quarterback that Boston College has?
Just tackling. That was a big emphasis for us from week 1. But, going into this week, they got some really hard runners, that shifty runner at quarterback. So just making sure that we tackle, sticking to the fundamentals of the game and making sure that, we're reading our keys and whatnot. So.
Kelly?
What has Coach Shearer been able to adjust or do without getting into maybe scheme things, but just what are maybe some differences you've seen like over the last couple of weeks?
I mean, you saw it a little bit in that Miami game, just allowing us to, play pretty fast, play physical, allow us to, showcase the talents and abilities that we have as football players, and taking the thinking out of it, really, making it simple for not only the linebackers, but, the D-line and allowing the, DBs to cover, and making it easier for us to read. So that's just the biggest thing for us as a defense is getting back to playing, backyard football and showcasing our talents and abilities.
Ron?
You've been a part of the Blitz packages. We're starting to see you in the backfield a lot more. How has that been for you, and has there been any changes to allow you to do that?
Not really as many changes, but I mean, just to be part of those Blitz packages, I think that's something that is one of my strong suits, one of my strengths. So, just being able to allow me to blitz more has been truly a blessing and something that, I look forward to doing every weekend. So, with this upcoming week and weeks coming, ahead, just really excited to hopefully be more involved in those blitz packages. So.
You guys have played well on the road, but not as great here. So like small sample size here, given the way the schedule laid out. But just what do you do to start faster, especially on defense here, and kind of set the tone?
I think it has a lot to do with our attitude going into the game. A lot of us are pretty lax when we're at home, and just pretty comfortable. I think that going into a game, with the personality that we're going to win and going in there with the behavior and, mentality that we're going to win is going to help push us forward throughout that first half. And then keeping that same mindset at halftime to, perform just as well in the second half is the key to these next few games at home. So.
Charlotte?
Is there anything you take away from a big road win like Miami that you feel could help you be more successful at home?
Yeah, I mean, just understanding that, we can do this, especially, in hostile environments, us being at home and having the, crowd behind our back, that should honestly, push us forward and excel our level of play. So I think that's the biggest thing that we need to take here in this next game. So.
Rob?
How important will it be Saturday to keep your eyes in the right place, knowing that Castellanos can maybe put the ball in the running back's stomach and then pull it out and take off?
It'd be very important. That quarterback's a really good player, shifty, and, he'll get out on you if you don't maintain eye discipline. And so that's something that we've been working on throughout the week. and something that we're going to pride ourselves on Saturday. So.
Kelly?
You've played both linebacker positions and pretty much every game this season. Just how difficult is that, and what's that adjustment like for you to switch?
It's not as difficult because Coach Shearer, he emphasizes that, in the linebacker room, it doesn't matter whether you're the MAC or the money, you're a linebacker. So regardless of what the MAC or money does in terms of assignment, you got to know both positions just in case we get caught in a situation where a team runs tempo and we're, misplaced in opposite positions. We just got to know how, what assignment, what alignment, and, what gap we have. So.